You know what I find like really inspiring? Like you guys, we've got a lot of business interests. I've got 3 young children, 2 crazy puppies. There's always far more reasons to fail in life than there is to succeed, right? And this is the power of your message. And I would come up with things when I'm in periods of not wanting to push myself as much, which is fine. We have periods like that, but just acknowledge it and be honest with yourself, because you can't bullshit yourself. I've not got time to train. I need to spend more time with my family at the weekend. I'm away a lot through the week. I need to, for me, it's more important. I don't want to be Goggins. Goggins is amazing, but, maybe he's not seen his kids because I didn't really mention them in his book and all of this kind of stuff, right? This is what I'm saying to myself. And then we'll meet up and we'll be, and I'm saying this to you, and you're going, and you're just sort of going, you're great, because you like, and then you're like, so I'm like, so how do you do it then, Gemma? And you're like, well, it is what's important to you. My family's important to me too. That's why I get up at 4:30 on a Sunday, and I've done a fucking marathon by the time you get up. By the time I'm waking up and having my second cup of coffee, you've banged out a marathon, you've had your ice bath, you've done your stretching. And I thought, it's like the saying in terms of business, but it's for life, isn't it? You can either make money or you can make excuses, but you can't make both. And I don't think you realise how powerful that was actually on me. I've probably never mentioned it to you before, because it is stripping away people's excuses. Whatever we decide to make a priority, and we make our own priorities in life, and that might not be for somebody running 100 mile, but don't say that you've not got time to do something. I mean, Molly May got absolutely lambasted at this, didn't she, for saying we've all got 24 hours in a day, but we do have 24 hours in a day. And I remember actually, Stephen, when we did our first interview back in, I think it was May 2020, in the middle of lockdowns and all of that kind of thing, we were talking a lot about discipline equals freedom. And you guys have got your discipline model, and you live and breathe it, and now you train thousands of people to live their best life. And I've seen and been part of your community, of just at your awards, and hearing how it's had such an impact on people was genuinely quite moving. And there's not many people genuinely, I'm not just saying this to blow hot air up you both, but there's not many people that I know that genuinely care about people as much as you guys do. A lot of people say that they do, a lot of talk on values and things, but it's profit over people, not people over profit. And you two genuinely care. But we were talking back then about discipline equals freedom, and I knew it and I'd heard it before. But when you're just not, you tweak things and you improve things. And sometimes I don't do myself credit, because I do always progress. And if you look at the compound effect to that, it's like night and day. But I was always like, I'm going to take that bit, but maybe not that bit. I'll take that bit, but I'm going to leave that bit. And the getting up at 5 a.m. bit, I was always like, no, I'm a night owl, this, that, and the other. And people get called out all the time, don't they, on social media? You don't need to get up at 5 a.m. and do your ice baths and things like that if you want to be a high achiever. But the more I was looking at people who I wanted to be like, not just in the business sense, because actually, again, this will probably piss some people off, but I find making money relatively easy. But the definition of success for me is about so much more than that. It's, we've spoke about this in depth, haven't we, Gemma? It's about that kind of inner peace, as woo-woo as that sounds, and that happiness, because what's the point in being the richest person in the graveyard, or what's the point in having great spiritual health if your physical health's fucked and you end up dying, or what have you. But actually, since I've started doing this, getting up and carving out more time and making certain things non-negotiable, it's like been a complete game changer.
And it does, and like you said there, like what you said, like people, you can do one thing. Some people focus solely on the money, but there's that time when you can just fill the bank account and just empty the soul, and it has to be balanced. It has to be, and you have to take care of yourself. There's only one you, and we're all different. There'll be different things that fulfill us, different things we want to do, different things we want to just see, what we're capable of, and there's no right and wrong to that. But it's about knowing what you want and what really, you're prepared to focus on and make happen.